All right, very excited for our conversation today with Abbygayle. We like to call her Abby. We keep it Abby for short. I had the pleasure of meeting Abby at the start of COVID-19 at KickDeck Live, where she participated in 8 sessions, I think it was, in a small group form. Had an awesome camp and then enrolled in KickDeck individual sessions, had 10 individual sessions with her. So had the pleasure of training her, I guess, 18 times throughout the past few months during the pandemic. But her story has inspired me, and I think it's a story that a lot of people should hear. So the start of the pandemic, can you describe how COVID-19 affected you and your soccer career?
COVID-19 definitely benefited me, but it also really confused me at the same sense. Like we talked about earlier, I've been playing soccer since I was like 4 years old and competitively since I was like 11. So I've never really gotten a break from soccer, and it's always like I'd miss certain events and parties and whatever with my friends to go to soccer practice or go to a soccer game. So with COVID-19, although I was locked up in my house, in the same sense I had a type of freedom that I never had before because soccer wasn't running. So I could say I can do this whenever I want to do it. And I kind of got obsessed with that idea of freedom, and I just really drifted away from soccer. And I was like, well, I don't really want to play soccer. And I didn't for a very long time. For like at least 3 or 4 months, I just didn't touch a soccer ball. And I was okay with that. I was content with it. And then a university reached out to me, and it kind of just made me realize, wait, I haven't done anything, and yet there's still universities looking at me. And that's when I started to kind of realize, well, maybe I should put a little effort in. And that's when I started working out with KickDeck, because that was my only option to start actually seriously starting to get back into soccer. And then from there, that helped me get on to the team I'm currently. I think COVID-19 really made me decide if I wanted to play soccer or not, which was a difficult decision, but I'm glad that it happened to me.
That's amazing. Yeah, I could understand why that would be a difficult decision, especially when soccer has played such a large role in your life, and there's been so many sacrifices made from day one. To see, like you said, your freedom can be quite, I guess, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. So I don't blame you. So super happy to be able to meet you when I met you. When you started training with KickDeck, how did it affect your life?
It gave me a schedule, and that was a big deal to me, because during all of COVID, I didn't have a schedule. I wanted to work out, but it was really easy for me to tell myself not to, or decide not to. And when KickDeck came, I would feel guilty for not going or not logging on or whatever, because it's a schedule. You gave me times when I have to be there, and if I didn't show up, then feel bad because now I'm letting someone else down. And that is when it started really shaping my life to okay, on this day at this time I have to be there whether I want to or not. And that I just got that idea of a schedule back into my head.
Got you. And every day you were there working hard. Just quickly describe how KickDeck has helped you in 3 words.
It really helped work on the simpler things that I hadn't worked on, and with that it helped me really help the harder things that I was doing, different stuff even in the game. It's just these easy touches that are just now refined. And even now I find with some of the university girls I'm playing with now that because of KickDeck, I feel that I have a better touch than them because they hadn't worked on the simpler touches.
Love that. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. I've seen you come a long way. Every session we talk about it, what do you feel you grew at today? Or what do you want to improve on today? So making sure that we're working on your touches during that time. I'm happy to hear that all the work that you put in has made you feel more confident in yourself today. What words of advice would you give to athletes who are struggling?
I would tell them not to let anyone tell them what they're capable of. It's all up to them. And, I've had at least 4 coaches tell me to stop playing, or, come back next year, maybe you'll improve. But, but I didn't let that affect me. And I said, no, I'm not going to come back next year. I'm going to go to a different team and beat your team. And that's what's happened. So I would just say, it's up to you. If you put your mind to it, you can do it.